30 days ago I fed my voice into an AI tool for 3 minutes and it paid me $5,000. No camera, no editing skills, just a microphone and a system I'm about to hand you step by step. If you've been scrolling through AI hype wondering when it's your turn to cash in, this is it. I'm going to walk you through the exact voice AI strategy that went from 0 to 5 figures in 1 month, and I'll show you the proof, the mistakes, and the blueprint so you can start tomorrow. Subscribe to Smart AI Hustle for weekly AI playbooks you can use today. Here is the twist most people skip. The key voice cloning step. In 60 seconds I will show the proof and the fix. Let me rewind. A month ago, I was stuck in the same loop you probably are. I'd seen the headlines about AI taking over creative work, about people generating videos and podcasts without lifting a camera, but every tutorial felt like smoke and mirrors. Either they wanted me to buy a course or they glossed over the part that actually makes money. I decided to test one narrow angle, voice AI for content creation. Not chatbots, not text generation, just cloning a human voice and using it to scale content that people would actually pay for. I gave myself 30 days and a budget of exactly $0 to see if this was real or just another gold rush scam. Day 1 I recorded 3 minutes of my voice. That's it. No studio, no fancy mic, just my laptop and a quiet room. I used a free tier voice cloning platform, uploaded the audio, and 10 minutes later, I had a synthetic version of my voice that could read any script I fed it. The quality wasn't perfect, but it was close enough that my own friends couldn't tell the difference in a blind test. That's when the light bulb hit. If I could clone my voice, I could produce 10 times the content in 1/10 the time. Audiobooks, voiceovers for YouTube videos, podcast intros, explainer scripts for businesses, the list went on. The bottleneck in content creation has always been time. Recording, editing, re-recording. Voice AI nuked that bottleneck. But here's where most people fumble. They clone their voice, play with it for an hour, then have no idea what to sell. They treat it like a toy instead of a tool. I made that mistake on day 2. I spent 6 hours generating random voiceovers, testing different tones, tweaking settings, and by the end of the day I had nothing to show for it, except a folder full of audio files no one would ever hear. That night I stepped back and asked the only question that matters in any business. Who has a problem I can solve right now with this tool? The answer came fast. Small business owners and solo creators who need voiceovers but can't afford a professional voice actor and don't want to spend hours recording themselves. Day 3. I opened a seller account on a freelance platform. I posted 1 gig, professional voiceover in 24 hours, up to 500 words, $25. I didn't overthink the copy, I just made it clear, fast, affordable, human sounding. Then I went to bed. Day 4, I woke up to 3 orders. 3 strangers had paid me $75 to read scripts they sent me. I copied their text into my voice AI tool, generated the audio in under 2 minutes per order, cleaned up the breaths and pacing in a free editor, and delivered all 3 files in under an hour. Total cost to me, $0. Total profit, $75. That's when I knew this wasn't a fluke. Week 1, I refined the process. I upsold clients to longer scripts, offered revisions for an extra $10, and started bundling voiceovers with simple background music I pulled from royalty-free libraries. I also cloned a second voice, a female friend who gave me permission, so I could offer 2 voice options and double my appeal. By day 7 I'd made $312. Not life-changing, but it was more than I'd made in a week from any other side hustle, and I was working maybe 2 hours a day. Week 2 is where things exploded. One of my clients ran a YouTube channel about productivity hacks. He loved the voiceover so much he asked if I could produce 10 more scripts for a bulk discount. I said yes, quoted him $200 for the batch, and delivered all 10 in a single afternoon. He posted the first video, it got traction, and he came back with another order, then another. That one client became a recurring revenue stream. I also started reaching out cold to YouTube creators in niches that use faceless videos, true crime, history explainers, finance breakdowns. I'd watch their videos, notice when the voiceover was stiff or robotic, and send a short message offering a free sample. Half ignored me, but half replied, and 3 turned into paying clients. By the end of week 2, I'd crossed $1,000. My gig on the freelance platform had 5-star reviews and started ranking higher in search results, which brought in more organic orders. I raised my base price from $25 to $35 and no one blinked. I also automated my workflow. I built a simple template in a notes app where I'd paste the client's script, tweak any pronunciation quirks, generate the audio, run it through a noise reducer, export, and deliver. Start to finish, 10 minutes per order. I was operating like a factory, and the margins were absurd, because my only input was time, not money. Week 3, I experimented. I opened a second gig for podcast intros and outros, 30 seconds of punchy scripted audio for $50. I also tested offering voice AI as a white label service to marketing agencies. I sent cold emails to 20 agencies explaining that I could handle all their voiceover needs faster and cheaper than traditional voice actors. 2 agencies responded, 1 gave me a trial project, and I delivered so fast they signed a monthly retainer for $300. That retainer, alone, covered my entire month's goal, and I still had a week left. Week 4 was about scaling. I brought on a friend to help manage orders. I paid him 20% of each gig he fulfilled using my voice clone and my process. That freed me up to focus on outreach and landing bigger clients. I pitched a SaaS company that needed explainer videos for their product. They paid me $800 for 4 voiceovers and a script polish. I also started a faceless YouTube channel of my own using my cloned voice. I scripted 5 videos about AI tools, generated the voiceovers in under an hour, and hired a cheap video editor overseas to add stock footage. The channel hasn't monetized yet, but it's a long-term play, and the content cost me almost nothing to produce. If this helped, hit subscribe and watch the full breakdown next. By day 30 I tallied the numbers. Freelance gigs, $2,300, retainer client, $300, agency projects, $1,200, SaaS explainer deal, $800, a handful of smaller jobs and tips, another $400, grand total, $5,000. After paying my helper his cut, I cleared just over $4 grand in profit. No ads, no big audience, no fancy tools, just a voice clone, a service people actually needed, and relentless execution. Now let me give you the action steps. First, clone your voice. Use a free or low-cost platform, record 3 minutes of clear audio, and generate your clone. Test it, tweak the settings, and make sure it sounds natural. Second, define your offer. Don't just play with the tech. Decide what you're selling. Voiceovers for YouTube, podcast intros, explainer scripts, audiobook narration. Pick one and go deep. Third, list your service. Use a freelance platform, undercut traditional voice actors on price, and over-deliver on speed. Fourth, reach out. Don't wait for orders to come to you. Message creators, agencies, businesses, anyone who needs voiceovers. Offer a free sample to prove your quality. Fifth, automate and scale. Build a simple workflow, raise your prices as you get reviews, and consider hiring help or offering retainers. The biggest mistake I see people make is overthinking the tech and underthinking the business. Voice AI is a tool, not a business model. Your business model is solving a problem faster and cheaper than the competition. The AI just lets you do that at scale. Another mistake is underpricing out of fear. Yes, you're using AI, but your client doesn't care how you produce the voiceover. They care that it sounds good and arrives on time. Charge what a human voice actor would charge, maybe a little less to win the first few clients, then raise your rates as you build proof. One more thing, this isn't just about voiceovers. Once you prove the model with voice AI, you can apply the same framework to video AI, image AI, writing AI, whatever tool comes next. The skill you're really building is taking new technology, finding a market need, and executing faster than everyone else who's still watching tutorials. $5,000 in 30 days. No audience, no experience, just a voice clone and a willingness to treat AI like a business tool instead of a magic trick. You can start today. Clone your voice, pick your offer, and land your first client by the end of the week. The opportunity is right in front of you. The only question is whether you'll take it. Subscribe, then tap the end screen to watch the full breakdown.